All right, what's good, everyone? This is Jaquan Bowden here, and we're here with the champions of the New York March Madness tournament this past weekend. We're here with St. Francis Prep head coach Jimmy Lynch, and along with seniors Jeremy Montrose and Todd Rochelle. Thank you guys for coming out. This is going to be a great interview. Just going to have the people get to know you guys about a lot more. By far, one of the hottest teams in the city. There's been a lot of buzz about you guys going back to last year. Had a chance to see you guys play against Monsignor Scanlon. I think it was Valentine's Day weekend. I'm not sure. And you guys played against them in their senior night. Y'all almost beat them, but since then, the attention has been on you guys as a program as well as the girls. Shout out to Michaela Scarlett. She's family. She played for the girls program. It's not Xavier. They won the chip last year. So, um, first things first. I want to ask you guys when you got the word that New York March Madness was happening, you know, how did you guys feel? Like, what were the reactions? We're gonna start off with Jeremy.
Oh, well, we were all very excited. I mean, considering what's going on with COVID and everything, any opportunity that we were going to get, we were going to take it. We all love playing. We all love getting to the gym throughout, the whole time, even though there was no word on the season, we were still working out. So we were just, waiting and waiting. And, again, it was an opportunity.
Sounds good. How about you, Todd?
I mean, like Jeremy said, it was we were all excited. I mean, we've been in the gym for months now, just straight working, and to hear that we'll finally get an opportunity to showcase what we've been working on, it felt great.
Okay, Coach.
And just from my perspective too, this has been such a tough year, and for these kids, we just had nothing to look forward to for a really, really long time. And I feel terrible for these guys. I still feel terrible, even though we got to compete a little bit. I still feel terrible, especially for these two guys that are on the call, because I mean these are seniors, and we talk to our guys all the time about your high school season, your high school career is so short. Your high school career, if you're lucky, you get over 100 games. From
Right.
freshman to senior year. That's it. That's not a lot of games at all. So to take to one whole season away from a group of kids, and it's just an awful thing. So I was just happy that our guys, all of our guys, got to compete, and we had something to look forward to. We had something to prepare for. We had something to motivate us. And over the course of 8 days, we were lucky enough to play 6 games, and I just thought it was a great experience for our guys.
Sounds awesome. So, um, you guys have been faced with a lot of like challenges with this pandemic and the politicians' decisions. January 22nd, Mayor, not Mayor, excuse me, January 22nd, Governor Cuomo gives high risk sports the okay, depending on local municipalities, right? Now, then you can start February 1st. However, we seen how it was easier for your fellow members of the Catholic League, Iona Prep and Stepanak. They was able to have practices and have games, but you guys weren't, mainly due to the simple fact that you guys are part of the five boroughs in the New York City Department of Health, and the mayor's office they dragged their feet with this decision. And to this day, there wasn't really no decision. So, how you guys were able to maneuver through that. We'll start with for Coach.
I'm sorry. So, just from us, we were getting our hopes up all the time. I feel bad because I was going into our workouts and telling our kids, like right around the date you were saying, Jay, like, guys, be ready, because I think next week we're going to get started and we're going to have practice, and we're going to have some games and stuff. And every other day, like, it was just new emotions because you thought you were going to play. So, you were anxious and excited. And to the next day where you got to tell your guys, like, I just don't know what's going on. No one communicates with us. Like our schools are trying, our administrators are trying, and no one's really communicating us. So, I think for watching these other schools play, like Iona and Stepanak, and then our friends in Nassau County and Suffolk County, I think they showed that it could be done safely. And I was so happy for all of those schools that their kids got to compete, and I think Iona and Stepanak, the 7-game series that they decided to do, and they had it on a live stream. That was such a cool event, and they did a dunk contest. They did it the right way, and those two coaches and those two schools and those administrators, and all those administrators, they did right by those kids, because they had a really cool event and a really cool opportunity. Unfortunately for our guys, we just couldn't do anything like that right now, but it is what it is. You got to deal with it.
Right on. So, how about you guys? Let's start with Todd.
I mean,
go ahead.
It was rough. I mean, it was like they kind of kept jerking us around. They gave us some hope here and there, told us we'll start on Monday, and then Monday comes, still hear nothing. So it was rough.
How about you, Jeremy?
Yeah, like he said, it was rough. Multiple announcements being made, and we, kept they kept giving us hope as if we were gonna have a season, and it never happened. But still, throughout practice, we take pride in working hard and doing game-like drills, game-like simulations, game-like plays, everything. So, I mean, that's probably the reason why we were ready for New York Madness, and we were able to win it.
Right. And by the looks of things, yeah, you guys definitely came into this tournament prepared. So, heading back into the tournament, what can you say? I think aside from the championship game versus Jefferson, because that was a very tough game you guys went up against. You guys went up, I think, by 10 at the half, and then they went on that massive run. Jaquan Carlos goes off for 25 of his 27 points in the second half. They took the lead briefly, and he was like, wow. People were thinking, oh, wow, is St. Francis Prep going to take control of this game? And you guys able to take back control of the game. Shout out to Jaden Daughtry, who I interviewed there. He's not here with us in this interview, but he was one of the main people. Him, along with Josh and a couple others who were able to step up late, as well as yourself, Todd, and Jeremy as seniors. What were some other tough games that you can say where a team really had you on your heels in the tournament?
I mean, I don't really think that there were any other teams that really, had us on our heels. I mean, we had control of all the games, and we were ahead of all the games we hit first. So like, it was all about just keeping our lead, playing our game.
Okay, sounds good. So
Jay, can I say something?
Oh, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I just, over the course of those 8 days, we played 6 great programs. Right, we played Norman Thomas, we played McClancy, we played St. Raymond's, we played Wheels, we played Portland, and we played Jefferson. And every one of those games presented us with different challenges, without a doubt. Right. And all of those schools, and you can see just why they are the programs that they are. Everyone is led by a great coach, and I look back to that St. Raymond's game that we played, and that was a high-level game, really super high level. George Lopez does a great job with his guys, and Malachi Smith is as tough as they come. That was a super high-level game for a Sweet 16 game. Like some people are like, "Oh wow, you just won a championship after we won that game," and I was like, "That's not even close to the championship. That we still have a couple of games if we want to make a run." And that was a high-level game, and that presented us with some challenges. I'll tell you what, the game I thought we were going to lose was the Wheels game. Wheels had us on the ropes for sure, because we weren't used to that. We used to playing against some bigger guys than what we are, and they were actually a little smaller than us, but they're crafty. They got to the rim. They beat us up the dribble a lot. We had to change some of the things that we do. Portland presented us with some problems, and then that game in the final, Jaquan is as good as anybody, and they're really well coached. Bud Pollard does a tremendous job with those kids. They play super hard, and we were just happy to win that game.
Right, right on. And I think personally, a documentary should be taught on your run in that tournament, because as you just said, I mean, I unfortunately I had to deal with a very long commute from the Bronx over to Long Island for the tournament, so I missed the game versus St. Raymond's that Saturday. but I was able to catch the Wills game, and I could definitely say that that Wills game was tough, but you guys persevered and like you guys took advantage of the matchup. You guys really was able to edge a very good Wills team at the end. Of course, the championship. I didn't see the Portland game because I think I was so hooked on the South Shore Jeff game that was going on at the same time, went into triple overtimes. But
Yeah.
I see by the score you guys was able to handle them at the end, and you know, of course the championship game, big one. So like, I mean, I think going back to that St. Ray's games, it talks about the prestige and the high level of basketball play of the Catholic League. And you guys are on the way up. The past 2 seasons, um, you guys won the Diocese championship last year. Before Corona hit, that was a um big game for you guys. You won that. Um, you guys was gaining a lot of attention, like Todd, Latique Briscoe, who's also on the team. Chance, if I'm not mistaken, that's his name. Chance, who's also on the team. You guys.
Yep. Chase
So
Morris.
I
Yep.
want you. Shout out to him. My bad. I didn't even know his
That's all right.
last name. Let's talk about like the youth on this team, like and I really want the seniors to speak on. So like tell me about like these other players you have on your team. Give them their flowers. Like how is it like playing with guys like Josh, Jaden, Chance, and others like others the great young talent on this team. Like how is it like playing with them? Start off with Todd.
I mean, first things first. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's like you're playing with a group of guys that are all talented. Everyone goes out on the floor. Everyone can contribute. I mean, and the good thing about it is that they're young, so it's like they have so much more time. And to be able to watch them and see what they do next year and the year after is going to be pretty amazing.
How about you, Jeremy?
Yeah, I think that the fact that they're young and that they have time ahead of them really plays into their favor. But understanding that they have talent and that they know how to play, it really gives me a feeling that over the next year or 2 years, they can be something truly special, especially if they listen to coach and just continue to evolve their game.
Sounds good. And I definitely have to give you guys props as seniors. You guys set the tone of how this program is going to be for years to come. Because you guys have done your thing this year and the year before, winning the Diocese championship. I think you guys beat Price. You beat Bishop Lockland last year, right?
In the final, we beat Zavarian in the final.
Oh, the Zavarian. My bad. You beat Zavarian. My bad. Yeah, there was a lot going on that weekend. I think I was at Stepinac St. Ray's.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that was the next day. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that was a
Right,
big
right.
week
So
for basketball.
yeah, usually on most years, I try to make sure I go to both Brooklyn and Queens, and then the New York thing. But yeah, yes. Now I remember you guys did beat Savarian, so I think people will know St. Francis Prep for years to come. I do remember hearing about St. Francis Prep in past years. I think going back to when I was in high school, I heard about guys like Mike Cavateo. I think he played at St. John's for a brief moment.
He was actually on my staff a couple years back.
Okay,
Mike was
okay.
one of my first assistant coaches. Yep.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. I didn't know that. So, like, hearing about them, and of course, the girls program won the chip last year. And plus, you got players from that team that are now in the NCAA that were in the NCAA tournament. Some who are like getting their start in the Big East as well. So, and plus, you guys, I know guys like Todd, guys like Chance, and a whole lot of others are getting some looks from colleges. If I'm not mistaken, you guys are on the radar of many scouts. So I do want to talk to the seniors, real quick. What do you guys look for in a school when it comes to basketball and when it comes to outside of basketball? So I'll start with Jeremy.
Well, in terms of basketball, I look for a school that's gonna continue to develop me in terms of the player that I want to be. and the player that would fit, a typical college system, depending on, position, skill set, stuff like that. And, strong academics. I mean, academics has always been something that I've leaned on because it's never let me down. And, it's just something I'm looking for.
Sounds good. How about you, Todd?
I mean, outside of the basketball, it's like academics is a big thing. I mean, student athlete, student comes first. Um, and I'm also just looking for a school that'll better me as a person all around. The basketball, I just want to find a school where I'll come in, make immediate impact, and flourish.
Sounds awesome, and I do think that that time will come. I know that recruiting because of COVID is kind of looking crazy. Transfer portals going off, but I think that with the way you guys have performed this year, regardless of level you want to get into, there definitely will be some schools available, and hopefully with the film that's already out from other outlets, the film that's coming out from myself, and like other ways, we could probably make sure we could probably make sure that you guys are being seen by coaches. I'll speak to you guys after the interview about some further information regarding that and then some. But to close things out, let's just close it out with this last question. Um, for the guys, for the students, you know, describe to our audience what is a day like at St. Francis Prep during this pandemic. Things have eased up a little bit. There's a lot of vaccinations. Things are getting better. So, what are what is a day like for you guys? I'll start off with Todd.
I mean, my day is very unique. Wake up in the morning, sign in. I'm fully online, signing in my first class. You know, I mean, online learning, it's not the same as regular in person. I mean, you got the TV in front of you, you're in your bed, the kitchen. It's like it's hard to lose focus, but it's important to stay on top of your stuff. I mean, then after school, we get ready, we shoot right over to the gym, go work out for a couple hours, and we just go back, do the same thing every day.
Okay, how about you, Jeremy?
Pretty
Help me out.
cool. Like, again, I'm fully online too. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, a day in St. Francis Prep is pretty cool. I'm online too, and it is a challenge. Like being home, it's a lot different from being in school. But throughout the years, you build relationships with teachers, friends, stuff like that. And I mean, regardless of whether it's online in school, it shows. And it's a pretty cool environment and something I'm proud to be a part of.
Okay, sounds good. How Coach? How about you close this out? How was it? Um, a day in the life for you at St. Francis Prep during this pandemic.
So it's completely different than what we're used to. Like we're the largest private school in the country. We have over
Okay.
2,500 students at our place, and this year, like with kids either being fully remote or coming in every other day, like some sort of hybrid system that they're using, we barely have any kids in the building a lot of times. So I'm used to. I teach math at the school. Also, I actually have these two guys in my class, but I usually have 40 kids in front of me in a given class period. And right now I have about two or three in front of me. And then I have about, 30, 35 kids at home that are listening to the instructions. So it's really difficult. It's really been a challenging thing. The hard part for me also, just in terms of our team, I don't get to see these guys every day. I get to see them after school if we have a workout. But it's usually good for me also to see them during the day and interact with them a little bit and away from the basketball too. Now you can talk about some other things, and you're not held to a time crunch of a practice, or if you need to talk to somebody about their academics. The two guys on here, I don't have to worry about academically. They do fantastic at school, but we have some other guys that you need to stay on top of, and that's a hard thing because you just don't see them and you don't interact with them every day.
Right, right, and I can kind of relate to that because like I work in the middle school myself, so I've dealt with doing online and virtual at the same time, and I could tell you it's very difficult to do most of the time. But it's and plus I had to deal with a few COVID pauses,
Yeah, sure.
like
Same
times
here. Yep.
being at home, and I think we was fully virtual from November to late February at one point, and that just it was hard trying to adjust to get back into the building, as well as dealing with there was another COVID pause right after that. So it's the whole back and forth. It was tough. So yeah, I mean that just about does it for our interview. I appreciate you guys coming on, and I just want you guys to stay on for a little bit after this. I'm just gonna get some extra information from you guys, and so I thank you guys for coming on today. So for
Hey, Jay, we really thank you for having us and having us on your show here, and we appreciate all you do for all the kids, not just
right.
these guys, not just for our program, but for all the kids. You interact with a lot of kids all over the city, so we thank you.
For
Oh, no
sure.
problem. I
Appreciate
mean,
it.
I appreciate y'all coming on, because I'm not out as much as I used to be, because life has gotten a lot busier for me over the past year. So I try my best to be out and try to interact as much as people as much as possible. So I thank you guys for allow me to interview you guys, and hopefully, uh, in the future, if there's some other events coming up, I'll probably be there to see you guys, film you guys as well, and you know, just looking forward to covering more basketball if there is some more basketball in the coming months. So, just close this out for Jeremy Montrose, Rochelle, head coach Jimmy Lynch. This is Jaquan Bowden. We out, y'all. Peace.